Just Immerse, bro! Cool, but how when you literally know zero Japanese? In this video, I'll show you exactly how to start immersing, even if you can't understand a single word yet. And break down the top 5 YouTube channels that make Japanese understandable from minute 1. There's also a bonus pick you don't want to miss, especially if anime immersion is your thing. And at the end, I'll share an S-tier resource outside YouTube that's been a game changer for my study routine. Let's dive right in. Famous linguist Dr. Stephen Krashen says we acquire language one way, by understanding what we hear and read. So, wouldn't it be great if you could understand spoken Japanese from day one? Good news? You can. Here is how. Step 1. Weaponize your YouTube addiction. Create a separate account where you only subscribe to Japanese channels, only watch Japanese content. The algorithm will quickly catch on and start feeding you more. Step 2. Manage your expectations. You won't understand everything at first, and that is totally okay. The beginning is always the hardest. Now, you'll hear people say, well, immersion should be fun, just watch whatever you enjoy. And then in the same breath tell you to grind Anki, slog through grammar guides and write everything down. Sure, heaps of fun. I should know I was one of those people. Here is how I make immersion fun, and you can too. First, no English subtitles. Second, no dictionaries or lookups. Third, no translations. Fourth, no writing things down. Fifth, just sit back, relax, watch and listen. Pay attention, that's the secret. 6. Once you start recognizing words and grammar, start noticing patterns as you watch. Now that you know what to do, here's the top 5 channels to immerse with for complete beginners. For each channel, I'll break down its production quality, how accessible it is for beginners, the clarity of its teaching, and of course, whether it's actually fun to watch. Number 5. Japanese immersion with Asami. Do you like that? This channel has 147 videos total, with 20 aimed at complete beginners. Start with Complete Beginner playlist. One caveat, the latest upload was over a year ago, as of May 2025. Production quality. Audio improves over time. Some early videos vary in volume, but I never struggled to hear Asami-sensei. Editing is minimal, but it works. You're here for immersion, not fancy cuts. Teaching segments are spoken slowly and clearly, though intros can be unexpectedly fast. Asami-sensei uses minimal gestures and props, which may cause some confusion early on, but repetition helps you catch on. Early videos have handmade Japanese subs, but these soon switch to auto-generated ones. Also, some videos aren't fully in Japanese and only offer English subtitles, which does break the immersion. That brings me to my biggest gripe with the channel. Most of the videos are lessons with a foreigner, so you'll hear non-native speech often. While Asami-sensei uses stories, dolls, and occasional picture prompts to help comprehension, many of her latter lessons involve asking questions, more useful for higher levels than raw beginners. Asami-sensei adds humor and clearly puts thought into her storytelling. While there is not a ton of variety, the early stories are logically connected, which actually helps when starting out. Perfect if you prefer a calm, storybook-style approach. This one was gentle and story-driven, but what if you want something even slower and more visual? That's where our next pick shines. Number 4. Simple Japanese listening with Meg. Anyway, 119 total videos with only 4 dedicated to complete beginners. Start with the TPRS lessons for complete beginner playlist. This is a step up. Audio is consistently clear and editing keeps things flowing. Speech is slow and supported by strong visuals, but here's the catch. All videos have Romaji subtitles with English translations baked in. That might sound helpful, but it's actually a huge drawback. If English is always on screen, Your brain stops trying to decode Japanese. That's why anime fans often don't learn Japanese despite hundreds of hours with subs on. Meg Sensei is a native speaker, so you know you're getting the real deal here. She leans heavily on visuals, circling objects, adding Romaji, hiragana, and English labels. Very beginner-friendly, even if a bit over-explained. Channel organization is strong with playlists and thumbnails clearly labeled by level. She uses a similar Q&A style to Asami-sensei, but the downside, well, there's just not enough content here. 4 videos for true beginners and 3 for the next level won't really carry you very far. So if you like Meg's style, enjoy it while it lasts. But we need more than just a few videos, so let's scale up with our next pick. Number 3. Nihongo learning. Right, 173 video total, with 41 beginner-focused videos, finally something to sink our teeth in. Production quality evolves over the series, but from the very get-go, audio is consistently crisp from the start. Editing is clean and unobtrusive, just enough to support the flow. Speech is always slow and supported by strong visuals, photos, props, and gestures making the meaning clear. Handmade Japanese subtitles are present throughout the beginner series. That means no auto subtitles mistakes to trip you up. You are learning hiragana and katakana, right? Right? You'll learn with props, gestures, and drawings, led by Yuta-sensei and other native teachers. Plenty of playlists by level and topic, but here is the catch. Their beginner playlist mixes truly basic videos with harder ones. So pro tip, start from the second video from the bottom of the beginner playlist and move up from there. Engagement is where the channel shines. Lessons cover greetings, money, body parts, everything a complete beginner needs. They add humor and energy without ever overwhelming you. Once you're ready, their Easy Japanese News playlist is a blast. Hint, it has nothing to do with actual news. This is the one I'd recommend if you're ready to go beyond dipping your toes in. Now, we're getting into the heavy hitters, but before we hit the top 2, I've got a bonus pick that's controversial but might be perfect for you. Bonus pick! Iro Iro na Nihongo. With 115 videos, including 25 complete beginner lessons and 28 anime-based beginner videos, this channel is almost perfect. Except for one issue that might be a deal breaker. We'll get to that in a moment. Start with beginner Iro na kanji, then move on to beginner Iro na anime. Language is taught through props like drawings, manga, and anime scenes. Content is clearly marked by difficulty and well organized into playlists. Here's the caveat: the sensei is not a native speaker. That said, my Japanese partner reviewed several videos and confirmed that Japanese is fluent and natural, but minor pitch accent inconsistencies could be an issue for those looking for a pitch-perfect native pronunciation. Speech is slow and fairly easy to follow. Where this channel really shines is visuals. Concepts are brought to life through circling, pointing, and writing, making comprehension almost effortless. The downside? Only auto-generated Japanese subtitles are available. The quality here is top-notch. Audio is clean and consistent, the editing is sharp and well-paced. Every video feels polished without being overproduced, perfect for long sessions. If you're starting from absolute zero, this might be the most fun you can have learning Japanese. The mix of anime, manga, and some more traditional setups makes every lesson feel fresh. If the sensei were a native speaker, this might have taken the top spot. As it stands, however, this is our wildcard entry. Unique, engaging, and highly effective if you're okay with non-native speaker caveat. Before we get to our gold standard number 2 pick, if you found this video helpful and want to support the channel, feel free to buy me a coffee. Link is in description. You know what else is there? The link to our superb number 2 pick. Number 2, Comprehensible Japanese. With 161 videos and 55 for complete beginners, this channel is a powerhouse. Start with complete beginner playlist. You'll acquire Japanese through mimicry, storytelling, and expressive teaching. All instructors are native speakers and playlists are well organized by level. One tip: YouTube playlists show the newest first, but older videos are slightly easier, so start there. Speech is tailored to your level. Slower for beginners, gradually more natural as the content progresses. Visuals support the audio well, with whiteboard diagrams, drawings, and gestures. And every single video comes with handmade Japanese subtitles, making it easier to follow. The production quality is strong across the board. Crisp audio, thoughtful editing, and clear visuals that stay focused on teaching. The variety of topics is impressive here and keeps things interesting. Still, I wish the beginner content had a little more personality to keep things a little extra engaging. But what if you could literally learn Japanese through movement, without needing to translate anything in your head at all? Welcome to our #1 pick, Chinowa Japanese, with 162 videos and 50 aimed at complete beginners. This is ideal if you're starting from zero. Begin with Japanese TPR lesson Learn Verbs by Gesture and Action playlist, then move on to the Watch and Learn Japanese Basic series. Editing here is straightforward and clean. I had one critique. It's that the pacing could be tightened just slightly, but I'm really nitpicking here. Audio is reliably clear throughout. Excellent use of movement, props, and visuals are all there to reinforce the meaning. Speech is clear and slow. Honestly, I wish I had this when I was starting out myself. Some videos have handmade subtitles, but most rely on auto-generated Japanese subs, unfortunately. Chinowa-sensei is of course a native Japanese speaker, and while playlists are present here, I do wish that the thumbnails or titles made the difficulty level a little more obvious. Sometimes outside of the playlist, it's hard to figure out what level the video is actually at. From picture books to manga, there is a nice variety of content. I do wish there was a bit more humor or energy in some videos, but overall, it's still deeply engaging and very beginner-friendly. Which brings us to the promised S-tier recommendation that is not on YouTube, the Comprehensible Japanese website. This is the official site tied to our #2 pick, and it takes everything that's great about the YouTube channel and multiplies it. Here's what you get. Videos graded from 1 to 100 in difficulty, sorting by topic, grammar point, and more. A complete free tier that matches YouTube in content size. And if you decide to spend on a paid subscription, it unlocks over 1,180 videos and growing weekly, including 271 complete beginner ones. I'm not affiliated in any way, but the grading system alone makes this worth signing up for, even if you stick with the free plan. So, whether you want to learn through action, storytelling, or even anime, there is a way to make Japanese immersion click from day one. Pick one, press play, and let your brain do the rest. Do you know any beginner-friendly Japanese channels I missed? Let me and the community know in the comments. それじゃあ、またね。バイバイ。